Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today we're at, I don't know if you can tell, we are in Canada at Canada's Wonderland. This is the last real big Cedar Fair park I haven't been to. I mean, I have a few like Worlds of Fun and like Valley Fair, but like who cares? There's some good rides here like Leviathan, Yukon, and Behemoth, but most of the rides here are not good, so I'm sorry I might be a bit negative this video, but this park's probably good, unlike drivers in Canada. First ride of the day is Yukon Striker. Yukon Striker was pretty decent. It has the best bag system ever, but the ride itself, it's a solid dive coaster. You got more airtime than on Valraven, but like it's still just kind of whatever with the vest restraints. But overall, it was pretty fun. So in my dive coaster ranking, it's above Oblivion and below Griffin. Pretty solid. Next up is Behemoth. I've heard this one's pretty decent, but not as good as something like Nitro, but seems like a solid ride. Okay, after a front row empty train ride on Behemoth, my verdict is it's like Nitro but slightly worse, I'd say. The layout and like look is a lot like Nitro, but I think Nitro just was more intense and had better airtime. But I'd say it's slightly above something like a Polished Chariot and Candemonium, so pretty solid hyper. I definitely like the two B&Ms I've been on so far. Hey, did Backlot Sound Coaster, it was alright. It was the same as the other two, which means I've been on every Backlot Sound Coaster in existence. Yay! This was the worst because the special effects were all broken and stuff, but it's a Backlot Stunt Coaster. It was alright. Sledgehammer over here was a pretty cool and unique flat ride. I haven't seen any of the other ones. I mean, it didn't do too much, but it was pretty fun. Time Warp has been a ride I've been pretty morbidly curious to try ever since I first heard about it. And despite the fact that it finished number 4 on the worst roller coaster list, according to me, like, come on, totally watch that video. I've never thought it looked that bad. POV doesn't look terrible, and while the like restraints look like a saw trap, I mean, I don't know, the ride just seems kind of fun, but we'll see. Did you hear the fact that the ride sounds like it's falling apart in the video? Because this ride felt like it was falling apart. I mean, I guess it's not as bad as people say, but people say this is the worst coaster in existence, so, like, it was really, really bad. Like, you're just getting, like, jolted from side to side, and just, spoiler alert, B&M Flyer's better. I didn't hate the layout, the inversions were the only merciful part, but, like, it can't get worse than this. Right? It did it. Flight Deck did it. It's not completely unrideable. Let's go. It was still bad. It was slightly better than Time Warp, I guess, but it was terrible. But I mean, like, by Vekoma SLC standards, this is like Steel Vengeance. Okay, Mighty Canadian Mindbuster is the roughest wooden coaster I've been on in my life. Like, it wasn't the worst. Grizzly had a worse layout. Like this, it just was a bunch of hills, so it couldn't be that painful. But like, oh sorry, but like that ride was legitimately so rough. I feel bad for all those people on the train right now. Wonderman's Guardian was kind of a joke. It was like a 2-minute indoor shooting screen portion that was barely responsive and had some questionable CG. I, of course, won my car with 354, I believe, but like the ride was fine, but I think Boo Blasters might be better. But I mean, sure. The drop track was cool though. I like drop tracks. I've been on 3, and I think that's probably most of the ones that exist. Well, it's starting to get a bit more crowded, and I think it's raining a bit, but it's time to ride the park's flagship attraction, Leviathan. Leviathan was just really solid. It's like, you know Fury? It's like that, but slightly older. Like, I mean, you can tell. Not too much of a rattle, which I did hear there was some, but I don't know, it's just really fun. Solid airtime, really good drops, and decent laterals on some turns. I don't know, just decent Giga. I mean, I like Gigas, so. Overall, I'd say it's probably my like top 20 range of coasters ever. I really need to update my top 100. I haven't updated in a while, but really good ride. Dragonfire is the most average coaster I've ever been on. It's like a lot like Carolina Cyclone at Carowinds, except for the fact that it is not awful and that there's no headbang. The restraints on this are the best restraints on any aero looper. But it just sort of is whatever. It's just 2 vertical loops and then 2 corkscrews. So there's nothing really notable about this ride, but like, it's alright, I guess. I like Huss top spins, so I like Riptide. I'm sad that they're getting like destroyed and stuff, but like, I think they're really fun. But I get there are maintenance nightmare. And also it's raining pretty bad right now. I don't know if you can tell, but it's starting to pick up rain. This is the final Boo Blasters I need to have ridden all the Boo Blasters in the world. Best Boo Blasters of all time. Like, the guns were technically working, but they weren't shooting out any lasers, so you like couldn't see where to aim. So you just kind of had to spam randomly. I finished with a whopping 210 points. So, I kind of cleared. Amazing job by me. I'm the best. Wow, Peanuts Ghoster Coaster, not Woodstock Express for some reason. Wow, well, what another masterpiece from PTC Kitties, also known as worse than the other 3 Woodstock Expresses. Not much to say. It's just a family wooden coaster. Best wooden coaster at the park. Silver Streak wins. This is the best Vekoma family suspended coaster I've been on. It was boring. There were like a few G-forces and the restraints didn't give headbanging, but who cares? Vortex was solid, easy number 4 in the park. Not that that's saying much. It was just decently fun. I'd say it's worse than bad at Kings Island, but way better than Iron Dragon. Very scenic, very nice. I definitely enjoyed it. Not too much to say. Congratulations, Wild Beast. You are better than a coaster with the nickname of Spinebuster. This ride was terrible. This park has so many bad rides. I can't even believe it. Time to re-ride Leviathan, because, I mean, what else am I gonna re-ride? This ride was just rough, and RMC it, please. Leviathan was running well again. I don't know, it felt like it was running a bit faster, but easily the best ride in the park. So, overall, Canada's Wonderland, I mean, it falls into the same thing that 2 of the other 3 Paramount parks do, that there's, like, a few really good rides and then complete garbage after that. Like, seriously, like, Leviathan over there, Yukon Striker, and Behemoth are all great rides, and then you got Vortex, I don't even know. Like, this park does the same thing Carowinds does, and King's Dominion. But still, I really enjoyed this park overall. Not too busy of crowds. And, hey, if you count Carney credits, Silver Streak was my 200th coaster. But for my own sanity, I am absolutely not counting that. So, yeah, thanks for watching.